Tennessee Titans fans, we are back today checking out a video from the official NFL YouTube account. Now, I don't even know who runs this thing. I don't even know who this is going to be speaking to us. But this is the full Tennessee Titans 2024 preview, win total, floor, and ceiling. So we'll see. Some people have told me I need to check this out. So here we go.
A 6-11 2023 that led to the end of the Mike Vrabel era. Time now for some Brian Callahan.
We need Nissan Stadium to be the most feared stadium that people walk into every Sunday.
Titans 2024 offseason line in the sky, a mere 6.5 wins. Taste of last season, hard to forget, I guess. Callahan charged with infusing life into a Titans offense.
17.9 points per game last year. And honestly, I'm surprised that it's not lower. I would have expected 14, 15. I can't even believe it. Yards per game, 28th. Oh, and this is nothing out of the ordinary. This is what it's been for years.
That finished 27th in points per game, 28th in yards per game.
Levis from his own end zone is intercepted by Zach Sealer.
Will Levis, the QB he's working with. Rookie had his moments under tough circumstances.
Can't be taking hits like that, bud.
Right quick.
84.2 rating, not bad, all things considered.
They know it's coming. Who cares? Let's go.
8 touchdowns against 4.
They know what's coming. Yeah, I bet they do. They're going to hand it to Derrick Henry on 1st and 10. And then they'll be in 2nd and 12. And then they'll hand it to him again. And then when it's 3rd and 15, we'll just sack him.
4 INTs and over 12 yards per completion.
Come on, man. Will Levis, man.
Levis has a really nice trio to work with at wide receiver. DeAndre Hopkins put up over 1,000 yards.
D-Hop said today in his press conference and after practice that this is his happiest he's been with an organization in his career. So he got out of Houston and now he's happy in Tennessee, just like the Titans.
500 more than any other Tennessee receiver. He scored 7 times.
Trying to get it to Hopkins. Will Levis!
Titans did Levis a solid by signing Calvin Ridley away from Jacksonville. He went for over 1,000 yards with them in 2023.
Fires left corner to
You guys seen all these memes about, you know, Jacksonville fans after Calvin Ridley became a Titan, they were all like, oh, well, Calvin Ridley, it was his fault that the passing game wasn't as good as it should have been last year. Calvin Ridley didn't run the right routes, wasn't running full speed, drop passes, all this stuff. Everything is Calvin's fault because that's just convenient. Like, it's the guy that left, so let's blame everything on him because then that makes us feel better. But... And also, if he's so bad and you guys didn't want him, then why were you actively trying to bring him back? I mean, they really thought they were getting him back, and they were excited about it until he jumped to Tennessee, and then all of a sudden, this guy sucks. But all the memes out there that are like, it'll be a clip of Trevor Lawrence throwing a terrible pass in a game, like an overthrow or an interception, and the caption's always like, dang, I can't believe Calvin Ridley did this. Like, I can't believe this is all Calvin's fault.
end zone. That ball is going to be caught. Calvin Ridley.
And they added Tyler Boyd for the slot. He knows Callahan's offense well.
Boy, you moving right there. Look fast right there, boy.
They still have some hope for Traylon Burks that he can do a little something. He's been hurt both of his first 2 years. The first rounder needs to stay healthy if he's going to finally show up.
The injuries aren't even the number one thing for me with Traylon. It's the production when he's healthy. I mean, forget the injuries. When he's healthy and in the game, where's the production? I mean, what was the problem? Was it the play calling? Was it the scheme? Was it the route combinations? Was it him? Was it all of that? Like, forget the injuries. When he's healthy and in the game, why is he not, getting any production?
Looking for Burks. He's got him at the 20.
We need more of that right
Tennessee
there.
likes what they have at tight end. Chigo Okonkwo, over 500 yards, over 50 catches in his year
Going
two.
by Chigo now?
Throw it, man, it's wide open.
Either way, he's got to get going. I mean, he finally got it late in the year, but
Lack of options at wideout led to running back Tyjae Spears being third on the team in targets. He had some nice pass-catching games.
Getting into the nickel, here comes the blitz outside for Spears.
I'm excited about Tyjae.
He broke free.
Spears racked up almost 400 yards receiving, over 450 rushing yards in his first year in the NFL.
Spears knifing, spinning, turning, touchdown.
I'm very excited
He
about
won't
him.
play second fiddle to the king anymore. Derrick Henry departs off an up-and-down year,
have
but
a
one that saw him put up
role.
over 1,100 yards,
Jacksonville expecting Derrick Henry.
12 touchdowns,
course
4.2
they
a
are.
carry. He still made the Pro Bowl.
That is the king.
They replaced him with Tony Pollard, over 1,000 yards rushing for Dallas last year, 6 scores, 4 per run.
See, I didn't even think I didn't know Tony had 1,000 yards last year. I always laugh when people are like, "Oh, they replaced Derrick Henry with Tony Pollard." Like, that's not. We're not running the same offense though. Like, he's not going to be in the same role that Derrick Henry was. He's not going to be carrying the ball 30 times a game. We're looking to like throw the ball like everybody else does. Like, we're not just looking to play same old Titans boring football. We want to throw. We want to get him involved in the pass game. He can help with pass protection. Come on now.
Just head down through a guy at the 5, bang to the goal line.
Pollard also caught 50 balls for 300-plus receiving yards. He's been good for that much 3 years running.
What's that happening? You just ran the thing.
Titans O-line, those gents are working with, has lots of room for improvement. They gave up 64 sacks, tied for 28th.
I can't believe it's not lower than that. Who was worse?
Brings down the quarterback.
Center Aaron Brewer, left tackle Andre Dillard's services
Bye-bye.
were not retained. Neither guy fared well for them.
Look at that, dude.
Grabbed him by the shoulder.
I don't know if you guys can even see that. I don't know if I have to cover this up, but like they're showing highlights of Dillard and Brewer from last year. Like, bro, I don't even know how I sat there and watched that every week.
It's spun him down.
Added center Lloyd Cushenberry, previously with Denver. He had a good 2023, and they drafted J.C. Latham in the first round of the draft.
The Tennessee Titans, this was a glaring need for them. Latham is a mammoth human being. Played at right tackle there. He's also played inside at guard. I believe he'll be a left tackle in the NFL, Charles.
Rest of their guys are returning Titans who have to play better to give the offense a chance.
And it's another sack for this Houston Texans defense.
Turning the page to the Titans defense, it was a middle-of-the-pack unit in points per game and yards per game. It could have been worse, though. They were at least number 1 in the red zone.
Yeah.
Titans defense also excelled at stopping the run, 3.8 yards per carry.
Hey, Vrabel will be proud of that if you watch this video. 7th best in the league at stopping the run, baby. Woohoo!
Allowed.
Y'all scared? What y'all scared for?
4 new faces being infused into the starting lineup. They won't have Azeez Al-Shire anymore. He had over 160 takedowns last year.
Swarm. This is going to be a 4th and short here.
They filled his role with former Charger Kenneth Murray, who comes over off a
Worried about the
100-plus
linebacker
tackle,
position.
3-sack
I'll be honest
campaign.
with you. I'll be honest with you.
Behind line of scrimmage, Kenneth Murray.
His partner would have gone for triple digits too, but Jack Gibbons missed some
Gibby.
games. He still ended up with 95 in his second year.
Under duress, and he's sacked for the 3rd time. Jack Gibbons, second-year man out of Minnesota, got there.
Stopping the pass last year was not a Titans' strength. Tied for 27th in rating allowed.
That's the thing. You can be 7th best in the league at stopping the run all you want. I don't care if you're 7th best in the league at stopping the run if you're 27th in the league at stopping the pass. Like, that to me negates being good at stopping the run if you can't stop the pass. Like, you stop the run all you want, but they're just going to throw on you. Because this is the NFL in 2024, and if you can't stop the pass, you're going to lose most of your games.
No team had fewer INTs, and they were 30th in completion percentage allowed.
And she throws it downfield for Kylan Granson. Little double flea flicker reversed.
Pass rush didn't produce a lot of QB hits. They were middle of the pack in sacks, and they lost their sack leader. Defensive tackle Danico Autry took
Wish
down
we'd have brought
11.5
back
QBs.
Danico.
He led the team.
Down he goes, Danico Autry with his 7th of the season.
Outside linebacker Harold Landry bounced back from injury to rack 10.5, and he had 70 tackles. That's a solid number for a dude focused on the signal caller.
He'll be brought down in Tennessee.
They brought in another former Charger, Sebastian Joseph Day, to fill his void.
Finally, Sebastian Joseph Day got to him.
He's never had more than 3 sacks in a season, though. Defensive tackle Jeffrey Simmons only got in 12 games, so he only managed 5.5. Defensive end Arden Key chipped in with 5 at least.
Arden Key off the edge. That ball popped
He went off.
Defensive end Arden Key chipped in with 6 at least.
Arden Key off the edge. That ball popped out. Key was the first one there again. Man, he's a game wrecker.
Tavondre Sweat should get a chance to start at nose tackle for them.
A lot of
right
talk
out of the
about
gate.
this
He was
guy
their second rounder this year.
That is a mammoth human being. You see the weight there, 366 pounds.
He's going to have his chance.
This is someone who can really clog the run lanes with his big frame.
The lack of consistent pressure made things tough on most of their DBs. Safeties Amani Hooker and Elijah Molden both gave up ratings over 105.
What are we going to do with that other safety position?
Cornerbacks Christian Fulton, 12 games played, rate allowed almost 120, so he's not coming back.
Bro.
And cornerback Trey Avery gave up 6 touchdowns and a rating over 140.
Trey Avery, God bless.
Avery should see less snaps, being Tennessee picked up 2 new cornerbacks.
Oh, thank
L'Jarius
God.
Sneed, who they ponied up for to snag from Kansas City, where he's been a top shelf corner for the last few years.
Church gets rid of it. Picked off by Sneed.
And they got Chidobe Awuzie, former Bengal.
Who's a
He
little
comes
banged
over
up
off
right
a
now,
so-so
right?
year, but has a few fine showings on his resume.
Awuzie had the coverage in the end zone.
The 2 newcomers will pair with Roger McCreary. He held quarterbacks to an 80.3 rating, faced the most targets, an interception,
about
no
Roger.
touchdowns allowed.
Picked off. Roger McCreary on the interception.
Not many teams have punters worth mentioning. Not many have a stoner
Stoney.
punting for them. Ryan Stonehouse led the league in yards
He's
per
back,
punt at
baby.
53.1. Dude has a boomstick.
And that's the leg that Ryan Stonehouse,
Yeah.
the number 1 punter
We
in
can
the
punt,
NFL,
baby.
has. 71-yarder.
Kicking duties were held down
When you're punting as much as we have over the last couple of years, you better have a good one.
by Nick Folk. Needs to bounce back. He missed 1 field goal last year on 30 tries. Come on, bro.
Thank
How are they
God
supposed to
for a
count on you
reliable
like
kicker
that?
finally.
Tennessee's roster looks improved when you absorb it all at once. Levis is surrounded by good to star playmaker types. Pollard for Henry. Look, it's a downgrade, but it's not really that simple. But there's respect in play here, okay? Upgrades at 2 receiver slots, though. Ridley and Boyd are great adds for Will.i.am. The O-line also received an infusion. Latham should improve the left tackle spot. Cushenberry also represents green in this case at the center position. Over to the defensive side, the front 3. Joseph Day just isn't as good as Autry is, but Sweat seems like an upgrade over Pico. At inside linebacker, Alshire and Murray both tackle monster types, so a push, though Murray does have some shoes to fill. Backside, Sneed and Awuzie should improve their pass defense significantly. McCreary wasn't a problem, so their corner trio should be pretty good. They hope their safeties play the pass better as a result. So with so many upgrades, what's the deal with their 6.5 win total? The answer? Their schedule. Tennessee plays just 3 teams with over-unders of 6.5 or lower. That's one of the lowest totals of any team this season. New England, who they
I can't believe they have that tough of a schedule when they were in last place. They have a last place schedule from the AFC South, but it is. I mean, it's a
get at
tough
home.
road.
Minnesota, also a home game. Washington, who they get on the road. They'll find a way to get a couple interdivision wins too, but you can see it. They play a ton of teams with high expectations. 5 wins, then, is our floor based on a very bumpy road. If Levis makes the jump with the improved pass-catching group, let's give their roster a 9-win type status. Now they beat Chicago week 1. Find a way to take the Jets, get a win in LA versus the Chargers, and split with the Texans. 9-8 isn't a high ceiling, but it would be serious progress under the circumstances.
Wow.
Let's look inside the game preview guy guessing bag. I'm still not a fan of that schedule. More than 6.5 wins, but still under 500 at 7-10. Tennessee.
Wow. So a ceiling of 9-8 and a floor of 5-12. I mean, that's about what I expected. That's about what I expected. 9-8 would not be a disaster. I know we want better than that, but like that's a winning season. It is a tough schedule. I will give him that. That it is a tough schedule. I think I had him at 11-6. And, you know, you may say you're a homer, that's bias. Maybe, absolutely. But if it's foreseeable that they could go 9-8, if Will Levis is good, and if you know, this totally revamped roster, because you just don't know about the Titans. Revamped roster, first-time head coach, a total new look, new scheme, new everything. if it is foreseeable that the Titans could go 9-8, is it not at least within the realm of possibility that they could sneak a couple more wins? Like maybe beat the Jags. You know, they gave them a win over the Colts and the Texans. No, they gave them a win over one of each. They gave them one over the Colts, Jags, and Texans. Is it too ridiculous for me to think that they might could beat the Jags again? That they might could sneak one, you know, because this is the NFL. You know, could they sneak one over a couple more teams there? You know, I don't know. I get that I would have been very surprised. I'm actually a little surprised that the ceiling's even 9-8. Because, you've seen some people, the clip I watched the other day where they said the Titans weren't even going to win 4 games or whatever. Like, you got some people talking like that. So, this is actually one of the more fair videos about the Titans, saying that they could go 9-8. I think the only person who's been more fair about them was Rich Eisen. So, I don't know. Let me know what you think. I know we certainly hope for better than that, but 9-8 is a winning season and might get you to the playoffs. But I know I'm hoping for better than that. I know you are too. Tighten up, everybody.